Welcome back to Freedom Finance with Lanny, guys. I am back and I appreciate you guys for sticking with and rocking with me, guys. But today is going to be a fun debate. It was on my mind the last couple of weeks and I really wanted to, do at least my own personal research on my own actions and activities related to the discussion and debate over the 401k, not just investing in the 401k. But do you go pre-tax or do you go post-tax, aka the traditional 401k where you get the tax benefits now, or the Roth 401k so it grows tax-free and you can withdraw then all those gains tax-free as well when you're in retirement, quote unquote. It's a big debate here, but both sides obviously have pros and cons. But I just don't want to go over, oh yeah, here's what the rules are. No, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing, what I've been doing for almost 10 years now as I've been in the workforce, and my reasons why. So hopefully this will help you in making your decision whether you should do a pre-tax 401k or a Roth 401k to help you on that personal finance journey that we are all on, guys. So grab your favorite beverage. Man, it feels good saying that. Whether it's your beer, your wine, your liquor, your espresso, your coffee, because you're Italian this weekend, guys. And let's dive into what I do on a 401k standpoint, whether it's pre-tax or post-tax, and why. Let's dive in. All right, so right out of the gate, guys, the big question, how and what do I do with my 401k? Well, guys, hang on tight. I go pre-tax all the way, aka the traditional style, the non-Roth way. And I actually max them out. I've been trying to max it out every year for almost 10 years. My first few years in the workforce, obviously, I just wanted to do at least the match and maybe a little bit more. And then I started realizing, wait, let me get as much tax benefits now and invest all that tax savings now as well. So it's really about your personal situation. My goal here is to obviously retire early, have the active income to be as low as possible, obviously being my choice, up to me, living off of dividend income, living off other sources of passive income, which are usually taxed at a preferential rate. And I believe my income will probably be lower than where I'm at right now. So I've been maxing out pre-tax the 401k. Yes, bring in the comments. Let me hear what you do with your 401k below. But the question is why do I do the pre-tax 401k versus the Roth 401k? Again, this is where the personal finance and your personal financial situation and your goals really, really comes into play. So the maximum right now that you can do into your 401k, if you're, I think, below, the older threshold is $23,000 a year. And again, being in the potential 22% current tax bracket that I'm in, going pre-tax saves me just a little bit over $5,000 in federal taxes. And then also I get the pre-tax on the state side as well. So that $23,000 also saves me about $690, give or take, dollars based on a 3% state tax rate. So I'm already looking at savings of $5,750, possibly slightly higher, possibly slightly lower, but over $5,750 right now in tax savings. So that's like my first reason why, is because I want those tax savings now. Because what do I do with those tax savings? I mean, we're talking almost $500 a month in tax savings. Obviously, what I do is, I deploy it more than likely indirectly using that into my Vanguard trifecta, the VYM, the VIG, the VOO, Vanguard ETFs. So that helps in, paying for how much I'm investing in those ETFs, some every day, some every single week. So that's my reason number one, is to get the tax savings now and to invest the tax savings. keeping all things equal, if I were to do that for 10 years, that's, call it $57,000 some odd dollars that I'm investing at an average rate of about 8%, doing that, every single, we'll say 400 some odd dollars every single month, just under 500, that equals out to just under $100,000 in total value that would happen, over the course of 10 years. Somewhere in that $85,000 to $90,000 range is what that would become, over a 10-year period of doing this. So that's additional value in my investment portfolio that, technically maybe I wouldn't have had if I went the Roth route. And, again, I'm taking the tax savings and tax benefits now. Now, that's reason one. Reason two, though, is, again, on my personal situation, I believe that I will be in a lower tax rate later when I do want to retire. More than likely, again, I'm a very active employee right now. So is my wife. But again, we've been investing like crazy. Again, we save well over 60%, if not maybe even higher, of our income, and invested into ETFs, individual stocks, creating that dividend income, which is the best source of passive income. So reason number two is I think our tax rates will be lower because our taxable income will be lower. Again, think dividends, right? For dividends, those get taxed differently when you receive them. We build up our taxable dividend income quite a bit, and you have the option or the chance to pay very low to no taxes. If we didn't have, let's just say we had no more income anymore from our work, we were done, we could actually earn more than likely, because we file jointly, I think around $94,000 in dividend income and pay $0 in taxes. So when you think about that, even if I had to start doing, withdrawals or distributions from the 401k, call it, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40, even, whatever, it would probably be taxed at a very low or possibly even 0% rate because of where we're at in our tax bracket. So again, that's kind of the ideal and philosophy in our personal finance situation. Again, I don't really anticipate that I'll be working when I am retired. Do I think I'm going to be just laying on a couch doing nothing? Absolutely not. Hopefully I'm volunteering, maybe doing some, other passion projects, maybe making more videos here for you guys. Maybe I'll do a book, maybe I'll teach a course at a university, who knows? But it'll be up to me on what I choose to do. So reason one, take the tax benefits now and invest the difference. Number two, I'll be more than likely in a lower tax rate later on than what I currently am in. So I'm going to take these tax benefits that I have today in a higher bracket, because I think later on when I'm older, I'll be in a lower bracket. Now the question always is, well, taxes always go up, taxes always rise, I would have to beg to differ. Back in the mid-2010s, during the 2016 election and the 2016, I think, forward, the tax brackets changed. We were in I think 10%, 15%, 25%, etc. tax brackets. And then we went to I believe 10, 12, 22, 24% brackets. So I think actually our tax rates have gone down over the last almost 10 years. So if that makes sense. So I don't necessarily believe that they will go up. I don't necessarily think that they'll go lower. But over time we can't really predict where tax rates would be. And I'm not here to do that either. But what I've seen in my experience is tax rates have actually relatively stayed the same, if not possibly have decreased. So if tax rates do somehow get a little bit lower, for everybody, let's just say in an upcoming election, then I'm really glad I was maxing out, because I was saving the taxes at an even higher rate. Before the tax brackets changed, I was mad at myself that I wasn't doing more pre-tax, because when the tax brackets lowered, I was like, dang, there's more tax savings I could have had, at that higher bracket. So I don't know where tax rates are going, so I'm taking advantage of them now. So that's kind of like the third reason why. I don't know where tax rates will be or where the income ranges will be, but if there's a tax break now, I'm taking it. So as you realize, it's all really focused on taxes. Now, the last big reason, and this is where you have to get a little creative with it, is there's a way to actually, convert your traditional IRA or a traditional 401k to a traditional IRA, and then do traditional IRA to Roth IRA conversions, and then to take them from your Roth IRA also, limited tax impact and tax free. Today's video is not going to go over that, but there is a way where you could do that to, pay as little in taxes as possible based on when you do that. So, again, this becomes more of a tax video and a personal finance video kind of wrapped up into one. So at the end of the day, I go pre-tax 401k, I max it out, again, investing the tax savings because, hey, that's going to help funnel my taxable brokerage account. Again, almost $6,000 a year in tax savings that I'm using, so almost $500 a month. Again, investing all the tax savings right now into more than likely the Vanguard ETF, strategy. Again, too, I believe my tax brackets will be lower in the future based on where my income level will be, and then third, again, not really knowing where tax rates will be in the future. So just taking advantage of a tax break now when I have it versus not knowing where it'll be in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, etc. And then lastly, to get creative with what we'll call is, I believe it's out there, called the Mega Backdoor Roth IRA conversion. Traditional 401k to the traditional IRA to the Roth IRA to get it back into your individual brokerage account. Again, maybe we'll do a video on that later. So those are my reasons why I choose traditional 401k pre-tax, versus the Roth 401k. So let me know in the comments what method you use, what you do, whether it's all traditional, all Roth, or maybe you do between the two, as well as how much do you do? Do you go up to the match or do you go up to the max? Let me know in the comments, guys. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.